unfavorable, the things that are bordering on Biafrans. And with me here, we have our beloved comrades and brothers in the struggle, fanaticals. Prince Darlington, as in the Hot TV, Diken Naya is here. And we have our brother, Eluchwa Hagi, all of you know him too. We have Dr. Money, Fearless Evangelist, and Mazi Chika Austin. We are going to look into 4 topics today. We have the 4 topics lined up here. I will marshal all of them. Number 1 is Mazi Nnamdi freedom and the justice of the world against Biafrans. Number 2 is all Biafrans should listen to IPOB call to return home for the 2023 census. And number 3 is why relocating Igbos to Biafra business in Lagos back to Igbo land is necessary. And finally, we have the need for Biafran to always adhere to Ipob principles so as to defeat the manipulations of the West. And with me today, we have here Biafra Evangelist who will be opening the floor for us today, Mazi Madabuchuku. Mazi Madabuchuku, could you please unmute yourself and let us move immediately because we don't have time.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Biafrans all over the world. Thank you for this very opportunity once again. I remain the fearless IPB evangelist, Mazi Madabuchuku. I am from Ndabo. Ndabo is in Aneri. Aneri is a local government in Ojiriva province, Biafra land. We welcome everybody. Let us go to the first topic as mentioned, free Nnamdi, the freedom of Nnamdi. Why we keep hammering on this is because it is part of what he told us, and that is part of self-determination. We are now holding gun. That is why we approach his courts. We go on Twitter, we go on campaign, and on that, Mazi, I want to bring a question here. What is Mazi Nnamdi doing in DSS after being discharged and acquitted by the Appeal Court Abuja, 13th of October 2022? What is he still doing in DSS? I will continue to ask this question because Nigerian government should tell the world what Nnamdi is doing in DSS. What is the
fairness? What we'll continue to add the question. Him and everybody na
yes.
We'll continue to shout and we continue shouting, getting to 2 years now. And the Western world and the international community, even West Africa, whatever they call it, they pretend that they're not hearing. Go on, my brother.
Thank you, man. So why we are asking this is because before you be in a detention, there will be a detention warrant too. There will be charges you are faced there. Nnamdi, there is no warrant keeping Nnamdi in DSS. There is no charges against Nnamdi, and the Appeal Court prohibits Nnamdi from standing any trial in Nigerian court. Then, Mazi, there is something I want to bring in here on what our leader is passing through in DSS. Now, there are rights, that is rights, constitutional rights of anybody that is in detention. Constitutional rights. If you go to prison yards, where you can see awaiting trial mates, life, that is life imprisonment, condemned criminals, CC, and the other convicts, then if you go there, you see that even the condemned criminals, CC, they receive their ration, their daily ration, food. In the morning and in the evening, they receive their food. You must give them treatment if they are ill somehow. Then ATM receives their treatment. Convicts, other convicts, convicts with days, what is it called? Years of convict. Those people that convicted at 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 21 years, they have their rights. You must feed them. You must, if they want to protest, they will tell you they don't need your food. That is prisoners rejecting your food. That is their protest. And these people, they are in the hands of the government. They are convicted. Some are lifers, some are CC, condemned criminals. But they still have their rights, and you must give it to them in the prison years. Now, coming to the case of Nnamdi Kanu that has been discharged and he is illegally detained, DSA does not allow him to access to his doctor. DSA does not allow him even to get a soap, good soap, and take his bath. DSA does not give him banana he requests for. Why condemned criminals will be eating banana? They will serve them their food. You give them medicine. But freed somebody, legally freed, that is from the court of appeal, they don't allow him access to his doctor. Imagine DSS, Nigerian government that disobey court order. Imagine them treating Nnamdi Kanu in DSS. Are you telling us that he cannot treat himself when you obey the court order? How can somebody that disobey court order tell us they are giving him medication in DSS? Meaning what? What does that mean? Somebody that does not obey that is common order, fundamental human rights. You don't obey it. You will now treat Nnamdi Kanu. What you are telling the whole world is that Nnamdi Kanu, legally, he is not in detention. So Nigeria should tell them tell the world what Nnamdi Kanu is doing in DSS, because according to the law, he is not in detention. So we are still wondering, what are they keeping him for? Is he in life imprisonment? Is Nnamdi Kanu convicted? How many years did you convict him? When is he in life imprisonment? Is he in condemned criminal? What is Nnamdi Kanu doing in DSS? And we continue to have on this question.
Not in awaiting trial. What they did is to...
He is not in awaiting trial. He's not in awaiting trial. He's not trying to sign a bail. He's not nothing. Nigeria is guilty of all corner. They kidnapped him from Kenya. There's some nanny petition him back to Nigeria. They are the people that announced it. They took the case to their court. They choose a court where they will prosecute him. They prepared the charges. We came to the court. They tortured us. They intimidated us in the court premises. They even brought Fulani. They protested in court premises. They came with the casket, with the big banner. They wrote it Nnamdi Kanu terrorism. IPOB terrorist. After all intimidation, Mrs. Ejeze was kidnapped in Abuja on the process of this case. So many of us was kidnapped by Nigerian DSS. And these are torture, sufferings. We go from Biafra land to the Abuja. It was a hard trick. It was a hard trick winning. It didn't come easy. Nobody dashed it to us. We work it out. We endured the temptation. We focused. We were ridiculed. We were blackmailed for being lawful, law-abiding, for maintaining self-determination, for maintaining our peaceful approach, which we started with. Then after all these things, we secured the victory, which our leader promised the world. He will destroy Nigeria in their court. Then we are asking them, why do you institute why is there a appeal court? Why is there federal high court? Why is there state high court? Then when we disobey appeal court order, that is to say, every victim of appeal court of Nigeria must be compensated and pay everything, because the appeal court is not affected by the Attorney General. The Federal High Court is not affected by the Attorney General. The State High Court, they don't like it, they don't welcome them unless they convict people. That is when they will approve it. But any ruling against them, they don't approve it, because we secure ruling in State High Court, Omaya, 19th of January 2022. Omaya verdict, ruling on the allegation that Nnamdi Kanu jumped there. It is a ruling we secured, and they have not obeyed. We secured also in appeal court. We secured the Federal High Court the 6th of October 2022. Mazi, if I continue on this, it will waste our time, but I want to drop it here because we want to inform the world. Nothing is not wasted. The patients to receive information. They should not call us cowards. We know what we are doing. Nnamdi Kanu have won the battle. Something happened to him when he have not secured court victories. Then we will say, let them pay us back with the Biafra and give us the dead body. Let us go and bury. But now he is freed. So if something happened to Nnamdi Kanu now, what are you going to tell us? Because he has no replacement. Nothing. He is just like he's in his house. You come and kill him. According to the ruling of the court. So that is what I am bringing there. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Continue being on mute, okay? Mazi, please come over. You know the topic we are taking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to freedom and the injustice of the world against Biafrans. Mazi, please.
Okay, Mazi, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity given to me today to also participate in this program. I also want to use this opportunity to thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been there for us, who has been paying the price of leadership, who has tried to sacrifice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, among some dignitaries in the old, is one of the persons that have ultimately paid a lot of prices just for the Biafrans. So I thank him and also ask God to continue to strengthen him. I also thank the DOS who have tried their best to continue to kind of protect this struggle from external bodies, protect this struggle from the manipulation of both Nigeria and external bodies. I thank them so much. Now, today we are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom and the injustice of the world against Biafrans. Personally, I always like to draw my attention from history, because we know that things that are happening today, when we critically examine it very well, we must have known that such things must have happened in the past. And when we look at it very well, we try as much as we can to avert disaster. So you see that the word injustice against Biafrans did not start today. When you look at it, you notice that even during the colonial era, the injustice has been there. But I'm going to use the character of Jaja of Ipob to portray to Biafrans that injustice against Biafrans did not start today. Because when you look at it very well, you will notice that this Jaja of Ipob was a slave taken from Igbo land down to the coastal area of Biafra. But upon all this, this particular Jaja of Ipob went there and became an important figure in the society. He also started a community, an Ipob kingdom. And this Ipob kingdom was doing well. When the Europeans came, they wanted to monopolize trade. Jaja is a very intelligent Igbo man. Jaja have learned how to speak more than 7 languages. Yet, Jaja of Ipob was doing his business, but Europeans wanted to take over the business from him. They want to monopolize the business in such a way that they will be in charge of a business being done in Ipob land and environs. But Jaja refused. What did they do? They took Jaja away. They tried to sign treaty with Jaja, and they did it inside a boat. Jaja was there, and what they did, they kidnapped Jaja from there. Just the same way they planned with the Nigerian government to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. They kidnapped Jaja from Ipob land, and he found himself in West Indies. There, Jaja did not stop. Jaja continued to fight in the law court. Jaja continued to write to the Queen of England, and Jaja later got justice. But what did they do? When they were bringing Jaja down to Ipob land, they poisoned Jaja on the way. Jaja did not make it down to Ipob land. That was how Jaja went on exile by the hands of the British. So what the sin of Jaja is progressing in Ipob land. The sin of Jaja is because he refused to allow Britain to take over our resources. The same thing Britain is still doing today. The world has kept silent as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won Nigeria in their own courtyard. And yet they have refused not only to release him, but try to torture him in prison, in detention. So the British government, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just Biafran, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also a British citizen. And it is the British supposed to be the ones to speak for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They're supposed to speak against the injustice facing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but they have kept silent because they know that a Biafran society will guide Africa. A Biafran society will set a pace in Africa. These people will continue to give loans to Africa. They will continue to support corrupt politicians, but they will not allow the same democracy that they are practicing in their kingdom, in their places, to work here. So I am calling on international community, those that still have the conscience of a human heart, to listen to what Biafrans are saying, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not die in DSS dungeon, because he is a free man and they are torturing him. They should go back to history and understand that Biafrans are very, very intelligent, and Biafrans will not be happy or allow anything to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Justice must reign so that people will continue to face humanity and respect humanity. Whether you are black, whether you are red, whether you are white, all of us are book of red. And when we are open, we all bleed. Thank you, Mazi.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Well spoken. Thank you. I move on to Azi the Hot. You can, please unmute your phone. You know the topic we are dealing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom and the injustice of the world against Biafrans. There we.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom.
There we.
Once again, I want to let the world know that on this platform, Radio Biafra is where we worship Chukwuemeka. And Radio Biafra is a citadel of knowledge. Whoever that is listening to Radio Biafra learn one or two things that will help them to move forward in regards to the restoration of our nation. Mazi, the truth remains that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience in the sense that what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has happened to Umaru Diko on July 5th, 1984. But British government intervened, and the rendition which was about to happen to him as at that time was thwarted, and Nigeria government suffered so much because of that. In case you don't know who Umaru Diko is, you can go and check out whom Umaru Diko is. Even though he was accused of embezzling money, stealing Nigerian money and what have you, he still has his right not to be renditioned from wherever he is living outside the shore of Nigeria state. So when they tried to bring him back, it was thwarted. The British got involved. Today, an Igbo man, a Biafran, was renditioned from Kenya. And the same British that thwarted that rendition of Umar Diko being a Fulani man is still watching their own citizen being, renditioned from Kenya back to Nigeria. My question is this. When you talk about Biafra restoration and talk about the Igbo race, why is the international community keeping adamant? Why are they always keeping their face off, seeing the evil that is meted on the people of Biafra, especially of those of Igbo extraction? Because when you talk about the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what is suffering, what is passing through today, when you talk about the freedom of this man and the tribulations that the Nigerian government have put on him, you ask yourself, why is it that an Hausa man, a Fulani man, had the same phrase, the same case of rendition, and they stopped him from being brought back to the country? Now that their own citizen and an Igbo man was brought back, what is British doing? The silence of the British and the international community on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's rendition, which is against the international law, is very, very clear, even before a blind person, that British is up to something. You will not tell me that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an American citizen and he will be renditioned from a poor African country as poor as Kenya, very poor as Kenya, to Nigeria, for whatsoever crime they might have leveled against him, and America will keep quiet. Is that what you're telling me? I want to remind the world that Showore, the director of Sahara News, Sahara TV, whatever they call him, was arrested here in Nigeria, and they wanted to send him to jail. American government intervened because he is American citizen. Go and check the history, is there, the record is there. We don't forget. We are a legion. Right. We keep record. Right. We keep record. So America intervened. That is why Showore was not intimidated. That is why Showore was not sent to jail. That is why, because Showore was only fighting for his right. Umar Uduke did the same, committed crime, and they wanted to rendition him. United Kingdom stopped him. Showore was arrested by the Nigerian government. America intervened. What happened in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it because he is an Igbo? Is it because he is a Biafran? Is it because he's fighting for a nation that have been existing for over 5,000 years that we need to bring back? What is the problem? Why are they keeping quiet? Why are they keeping their face off the real story, the real history? Why are they not standing up to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got a fair justice which has been given to him and to enjoy his freedom? Going forward, we all knew that the High Court of Nigeria could not pass judgment on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case because the case is bigger than High Court itself. Because they have tried Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have kept him under solitary confinement. They later sent him to prison in 2015, 2016, until 2017. They couldn't find anything to nail this man. They could not have anything to jail this man. Therefore, a lot of lawyers were sacked because of this case. Justice John Zoho, or whatever they call him, was sacked because he couldn't handle the case until it was given to Binta Yanko. Binta Yanko could not sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the High Court. She could not jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was practicing his human rights. Self-determination is a self-human right that is enshrined in United Nations Charter. So she couldn't jail him. She now transferred the case to appeal court. And what did appeal court do? Appeal courts have checkmated every allegation that was leveled against this man. Appeal court have checked everything after their verification and what have you, because you cannot sentence somebody without evidence. Court is all about evidence. When you say that somebody killed somebody, you bring evidence. When you say that somebody steal, you bring evidence. They couldn't have any evidence to jail this man. And looking at the process which brought him back here, appeal court have said, my son, you can go. You have committed no crime. Despite the fact that appeal court have passed their judgment on the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the intimidation of a freedom fighter, they are still keeping him down. They are still holding him back. Now, the indigenous people of Biafra legal department led by Mike Ozokome have taken the case to Supreme Court. What is the Supreme Court doing? Supreme Court have failed woefully to give a date. Let the whole world listen and see how they are going to pass judgment on someone whom Supreme Court have declared innocent. Because they have no case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is enshrined in the Constitution, both in Nigerian Constitution both in West Africa Constitution, both West Africa Charter, both in European, both in United Nations. He have right for self-determination. And on that case, my question remains, why are they still keeping an innocent man who have committed no crime, whom the court of the states have sentenced, have set free? That is a very big question that the world should be asking. And when you look at the situation on the ground, you will understand that they were holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu against the court judgment. That is to say that the judgment of the Court of Appeal is null and void. They have trashed the judiciary of Nigeria. They have robbed it on the mob. They have destroyed their judiciary system. The world announcing Nigeria as one banana republic because they failed to obey their own court justice, justice. Remember that so many of our elder statesmen went to plead to the man in Asorok to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the man in Asorok said no. This man must be free through the courts, through the judiciary. He refused to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said it is only in the courts that he will be free. Lo and behold, what happened? We went to the court, we saw, and we conquered. We went there and we won the case outrightly. Why are they still holding him? Believe you me, if the international community is not doing something about this intimidation, about this molestation, about this evil act against an innocent man whom court have declared innocent, that is to say that the international community is not supposed to be there. They are supposed to be dismantled because those people who get this justice are the people that were credited. They are people who went to school, who went to study, who have studied law, and they were given the right to judge. And what are they doing? They have passed their judgment, and nobody is looking into that judgment. This is what I want to do. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to mute again. Yeah, Judge Money, please unmute yourself. Mazi, Judge Money.
Yes, am I coming out clear? Good evening. Oh,
loud and clear. I want to go on loud and clear.
All right. I greet all my comrades. Good evening and good afternoon. All great Biafrans all over the world who are under the influence of our voice. We greet all the international bodies that are also under the influence of our voice. Of course, we are here to preach the gospel of truth. I salute you all, my comrade. You have spoken well. So, in my own part of this piece, I will start with the right of prisoner, Chapter 15 of the right of prisoner. It is actually a charter that was made available universally by the United Nations under the watch of United Nations that any prisoner that is ill must have access to adequate medical treatment. A prisoner can be released from a prison because of their deterioration, the deterioration of their health condition. They can be released. A sentenced prisoner can be released because of if their health condition is deteriorated in the prison. So, in this regard, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is discharged and acquitted by the court of a competent jurisdiction in Nigeria. So, upon that, Nigeria still held him captive. His health condition is deteriorating, just like we heard recently from the legal team that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was vomiting, still going to toilet frequently, and he is still feeling dizzy. And then we are also hearing rumors of him being infected with tuberculosis. We are hearing a lot of things, and we are not seeing anybody from the DSS dungeon that comes to debunk to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that what the lawyers are reporting is not true. So, in this regard, under this Chapter 15 of the United Nations, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being detained? Even though his health condition has deteriorated, he is actually very ill and weak in the detention. The The court of competent jurisdiction has set him free. Why is he still held in a solitary confinement where he has no adequate medical care? Because it is said in this chapter 15, I believe in the section 7, article 5, that a prisoner can be released early. A convicted prisoner can be released early because of their medical condition. Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is not a prisoner, that is discharged and acquitted, what is he doing in the solitary confinement of Nigeria? And yet he is a British citizen. Just like my comrade Darrington said, that America intervened in the Showere's case. That's why Showere is able now to contest for Nigeria presidency 2023. Because America intervened, because he's an American citizen. You know, Britain does not want to intervene because they are selective in what they have to intervene for. That is the reason why you have seen the world now waking up from their slumber, believing. It is very important for us to know that these people are not going to actually do anything for us. The fact that we are tagging them, calling on them that we are being treated like less than animal in that zoological republic called Nigeria does not mean they are going to do anything, because it is not something that is going to be beneficial to them when they come to our aid, when they come to help us stop being killed. It is not going to be beneficial to them. So these people, they only react when it is beneficial to them. That is selective. They are selective in their judgment. They choose who they are going to pay attention to. So that is the reason why we are actually going to look for help elsewhere. Any means possible, we are going to get help to free our people from this bondage that they are being killed every day. Police brutality is the order of the day in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged. Why is Nigeria police, DSS, still holding him? Why is United Nations that is in Nigeria? The presence of United Nations is being seen in Nigeria. Why are they not seeing all these things? Why are they not, reminding Nigeria of their Charter 15, of the right of prisoners? Why are they not reminding Nigeria of that? Because of their double standard. Because of their double standard. It is in our hands actually to do what we need to do. And I know that we are, doing whatever we are doing, because we make sure that we cry until we choking, and we will react, because we have been crying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his health condition is deteriorating. Whatever he eats, he passes feces. Every time he vomits, all that, we are hearing it. People are getting traumatized for the sake of that news, because they believe that he is the only man who has stood up uncompromisable to save our land from the invasion of terrorism. Just like you will see the news, the data coming out from the northern Nigeria, which they are underreporting, how people are being killed. The only thing they are very fast to report, they will tell you that the military has waged this, military repelled terrorists. How can you be calling Fulani a bandit, but they are killing more than Boko Haram? Yet they are being baptized to be called a bandit. When they get captured, they are going to go through rehabilitation process without being jailed. They go through a rehabilitation process with taxpayers' money. But a man who is a political activist has been captured, kept in a solitary confinement. His health condition is deteriorated. Yet nobody is speaking about it. Tomorrow, if we react, they will call us aggressor, because that's exactly what they are looking forward to. They want to call us aggressor, but you will deal with somebody to an extent that they will not even look back when they are reacting. I believe that the presence of United Nations, and they are listening. You are hearing our cry of what we are going through in that leadership of this dictatorship regime. of APC. We are reporting all these things for the sake of the time of reckoning, because there will be a time of reckoning. We will not be behind the mic talking every day. There will be a time that we will be take of it. We are going to react. Innocent people are dying for the crime they haven't committed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an epitome example of it. He has not committed any crime. He only called for his people to be saved from the hands of the terrorists. He is only calling for the indigenous people of Nigeria to have a fair share, to have a better deal. Even though people does not have conscience because they were impoverished, for them not to have conscience, so that they buy their conscience. Their conscience is for sale and for buying. So their conscience is available for the highest bidder. That's why you will not hear many people talking. They keep telling us diversity is our strength. Where is that strength of diversity? People are dying in the north. No one is reporting it in the west. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in solitary confinement. No one is talking about it in the north. Why is the diversity that has been our strength? Have you now seen the way they are always fooling you? Britain is selective in their response to people who are being oppressed. United Nations is selective in their response with people who are being oppressed, because we are seen as third world country. We don't have media. CNN will not come to our aid. They will not report for the world to see. And that is exactly the reason why we created our own media space, so that we will air our voice, so that by the time we are going to respond to all these, attacks, they will know that we actually narrated our story. Africa will say enough is enough, because it is coming to that point. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Comment. Yeah, that one. So, thank you, my brother. You try. There is. I want to make one observation or correction here from Deacon Naya, Prince Darlington, about Sowore. Sowore had never been a U.S. citizen. Rather, he resided in U.S. and he's a holder of a U.S. green card. But still, America came for him, fought for him. Today, he's a free man walking around. But our leader is there, a British citizen. British is the problem we have there. The people that is killing us, everybody knows that. The Cameroon, what is this name of this one that came the other day? Boris Johnson was there. Even the ongoing, the one that I got, Catalan, she said she regrets going back. And maybe she's going to come back and marry one useless Fulani, one dirty, fitted Fulani, because that woman loves what she got in Nigeria. That's why she's saying she regrets going back. She regrets leaving Nigeria. That being said, we have to move to our first topic. Mazi, I will take you. Can you take the first topic now? The need for Biafran to always adhere to Ipob principles so as to defeat the manipulations of the West, the same West we are talking about. We'll continue to hammer. Mazi, please unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much. I remain Mazi Ohage. So today, again, I'm going to talk about the need for Biafrans to always adhere to Ipob principles so as to defeat the manipulation of the West. The truth is that I never believe that a day will come when we are going to start afresh to start telling Biafrans to adhere to all Ipob principles. What are these Ipob principles? These are things like command and control, which have guided IPOB. These are things like that IPOB is whiter than white. IPOB does not indulge in injustice. IPOB says the truth wherever they say it. That has been the backbone of IPOB. Anyone that have listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will believe or accept that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always said it, that you must obey someone placed over you, that you must stand to respect. You know, somebody might be placed over you. The person placed over you does not mean that the person is very much intelligent more than you. It doesn't mean that the person is taller than you or the person is shorter than you. That is the way things are done. Before you ever join IPOB and take oath in IPOB, you must have read the Ipob principles, the Ipob bylaws, all these things. You must have read it and accept it before you came in. So in IPOB, you give your suggestion. All of us, we do give our suggestions. But when you give your suggestion, it is never undermined that your suggestion must be taken. It is not when your suggestion is not taken, you start causing trouble. Maybe you are in social position. When someone placed above you gives you an order, then you start saying, no, it should not be so. Such things are not what IPOB is known for. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always stand on principle of command and control, that you must respect someone placed over you. In fact, he said, do what you're asked to do. Later, you put your complaint. You know the appropriate channel. Remember, I continue to say it. When these infiltrators came in, remember that what they tried to do was to fight against all these IPOB principles. And remember that IPOB structure is based on this principle, from the top to the bottom. So they try as much as they can to fight this structure. And when they were fighting this structure, they were telling people, oh, we are fighting DOS. DOS is corrupt. We are fighting DOS, this and that. And the average Biafran on the ground did not know that when you defeated DOS, you have defeated IPOB. They did not know that when you defeat DOS, you have defeated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They did not know that when you defeat DOS, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in trouble. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is this or that, is because of the people he convinced, and those people are standing beside him. That is the backbone of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you because the reason why IPOB is orderly is because of all these principles. Without this principle, IPOB will not be orderly. Because when you put a knife in what hold IPOB together, they will scatter. Remember, Biafra should remember, because when they declared their autopilot sometime last year or last 2 years, when they declared this thing, I told Biafrans that this is a fight against the soul of IPOB. But most people continue to kind of come to defend what they don't know. Today, we have seen what you are in a struggle that says command and control. It means that the last time we started talking about religion, this and that, what did they? How did the problem? How did we solve the problem? We solved the problem because someone at the top gave order and said, "This should stop. This and that should stop." We adhere to it because we have a structure. We have command and control. And without this, we are not going to be orderly. And when we are not orderly, because we are not going to speak in one voice. Because that principle of command and control gives order to the organization. I watched a movie last week. This week, and it's Ezra. I recommend that film for every freedom fighter, because sometimes you will bring out a cause that you want to pursue, a just cause. Before you know it, you see yourself derailing. You see yourself doing worse than even the oppressors you're fighting. This is why every IPOB member must adhere, because in that film they wanted to fight the oppressors. The Sierra Leonean wanted to fight the oppressors that are stealing their diamond. They ended up being worse than the oppressors. This is why you must adhere to IPOB command and control. This is why you must listen to somebody placed over you. This is why we must continue, because the Europeans was the one that implanted things on these Sierra Leoneans, and with that, they derailed them. With that, they manipulated them, and they started fighting themselves and killing themselves. The same thing wanted to happen this time, thanks to the leadership of this struggle, thanks to the people that stood on this principle. That they are the reason why we are still talking about IPOB today. They are the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still standing tall in there, because he knew that even though he said that you people will disappoint him, that we stood there and said, we are not going to disappoint you. We are going to be there and make sure that we free you. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Mazi. Thank you. Please stay on mute. Biafra evangelists, we are taking the number one topic, which is the need for Biafrans to always adhere to Ipob principles so as to defeat the manipulation of the West. That's our number one topic. Biafra evangelists, over to you, please.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. I love the language there, need, not everyone wants, need. And I move on it. The need for Biafrans to always adhere to IPOB principles so as to defeat the manipulation of the West. Okay.
West.
Thank you. So our people should know that our leader has said this always, that everybody must be carried along. Carrying you along does not mean that you must be IPOB family member. No. Carrying you along does not mean that you will come and become in charge of your union or your market union, your social club, your town union. No. Your leaders remain your leaders. But there is a cause we are championing, which is freedom for everybody. It doesn't matter your denomination as far as you are a Biafran. And that is what we are doing. IPOB is championing it. And then Nnamdi Kanu is leading us. And the enemies do not fight us through only IPOB. They fight us even through you, that is not IPOB family member. And that is why we always tell our people what to do. There is a war in our place. And our duty as those that are confronting the enemy on that area is to inform you when there is danger, is to inform you when there is no danger. That we are fighting for freedom and IPOB is championing it does not mean that the enemies will stop invading our land. But the duty is of the leadership and the duty of IPOB is to inform you on how to dodge the enemy or how to fight the enemy. Because that is our duty to save you. We are not going to restore Biafra for empty land. We are not going to restore empty land. We restore Biafra with human beings that will be living in it. Some people may come and deceive you with some incitement that the army is here. Hey, the army is killing us. The army is killing us here. Where is DOS? Where is ESN? Let me tell you. If you go to study the wilderness journey of Israelites, you must have to understand that when the snake was biting them, and they complained to Moses, Moses complained to God. What God brought to the Israelites was a solution. When snake bites you, solution, say, kill a snake and hang it on the tree. God did not give them a solution for snake to stop biting them. Though God can do it, but he didn't bring such solution to stop the snake. No, he brought a solution. When the snake bites you, then you look on the snake that is the duty of the leadership is to tell you how to dodge away from this enemy. They may come to Lagos, use you in Lagos against the people at home that you may not know. The IPOB will see it, will not cross it. Just like what they are doing to us in Lagos. Did you hear from Ohaneze coming out boldly to tell you, give you solution? No. They will only tell you, this Igbos will not go anywhere. We are one Nigeria. They don't have any solution for you. They cannot defend you. They were imposed on us. Only IPOB is the only organization that government of Nigeria of any kind have no hand in it. Only Radio Biafra is the only radio that Nigerian government have no hand in it. Only ESN is the security here that Nigerian government have no hand in it. And that is what you need in life to succeed and be free from Nigeria. Organizations that have nothing to do with Nigeria. All these people you call allies and the leaders, governors, they have connection with Nigeria. Nigeria controls them. The security is in the hand of Nigeria. That is to say, when IPOB give you instruction, you know that it is for our own good. We come for your rescue, we come for your defense, we come anywhere you are. How do we come for defense of our people in Lagos? We call them to come back. That's all. Then we prepare a room for them. A very good environment for them. That is our duty. But no governor can do it for you. No House of Assembly member can do it for you. Because Fulani controls them. And that is why you must always adhere. If IPOB call for sit at home, you obey. If we tell you there is no sit at home, you listen. If we tell you there is no ESN in community, listen. We want to tell you that whoever that is doing it is an enemy. If we tell you that ESN are in the bushes, that is where they are. Then if we tell you that in this community there is no ESN camp in that very area, you know that we are saying it. When Nigerian army tell you there is that ESN camp in social place in Itopa, you tell them no, ESN have no camp there. The people you see there are criminals. That's what IPOB want you to understand. Because we are not telling you to come and start following us. No, but to understand, because the enemy is not fighting only us. They are fighting you because you are from Biafra land. Then we will give you solution on how to fight them, or how to stand them, or how to dodge them and leave the war for us. We don't want you to fall victim. And we don't want them to use you and destroy our struggle. That is the two ways we are fighting it. And we encourage our people to always do so. Adhere to IPOB instructions. It leads us to success. The same thing we did. IPOB asked for people to go and do their voting. That is why you can say P2P win. That is why P2P can go to court. Because our people are there and they went out and voted. And they not voted, the blame will be on IPOB. The blame will be on Igbo people. They will say that Igbo did not accept their brother. But we gave that instruction. Our people are there. And today they have a grant to say they rig our election. And do you not have a hair? Will you have a grant? Will P2P have a grant? Will anybody have anything to say? That is why we tell you, anyone we ask you to do, you do it. Thank you.
I'll drop it here. Thank you. Thank you, my beloved. Diken Naya, as in the hot. You know the topic we are taking now, number one, okay? They need Biafran to always adhere to Ipob principles so as to defeat the manipulation of the West. Diken Naya, there were.
Yes, as in the hot, na so me I go talk am.
Yes, now go on.
Na so I go talk am. Fellow Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom, listening live right now on Radio Biafra on this beautiful day, April 18th, 2023. My name is Mazi, Alozie Chukwuemeka, Kemago Biafra, Kembonana Biafra. As it is hot, that's why they talk am. The need for Biafrans to always adhere to IPOB principle. It's a very nice topic that I love so much because our people says that and in English translation, it simply means that a fly that doesn't listen to advice always enter the grave with the dead body. We are here to guide each and every one of you in regards to the restoration of this our nation, Biafra, because we cannot be watching you people wallowing in your ignorance, misbehaving, taking the wrong direction. That is why there is always a shepherd. As long as Biafra Restoration Movement is concerned, Directorate of States are the shepherd that are directing the people of Biafra to the right direction until Biafra is restored. And Mazi Chikedoziem is our leader on that Directorate of State. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our supreme leader in the movement. It doesn't matter where he is. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, how are we going to explain this to you? The enemies have tried severally to divert your attention, to give you hope, to make you believe that they are doing the right thing, to make you believe that they are going to bring Biafra for you. And every step they have taken has failed. I repeat, every step the enemies, the agendas, the infiltrators have taken have failed. But IPOB is still here. Do you still need a soothsayer to tell you that these people who are collecting money from you, lying to you, giving you 150 days, promising you that they have bought private jet, they have bought what do you call it? They have bought a jet fighter, promising you that they have bought a warship, promising you that they are going to do this, they are going to do that. Are you still stupid that you are not seeing that these guys have really dealt with you, siphoning you, taking your hard-earned money, and giving you nothing but disgrace? IPOB is means indigenous people of Biafra. Yes, DOS means Directorate of State of the indigenous people of Biafra. And Mazi Chikedoziem is the head of DOS. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the movement itself. If you don't know the right place to follow, come and listen to Radio Biafra and get sense. The reason why I'm sounding it this way is because some of you are so myopic. You are so short-sighted. You are not seeing far. You only see today. You don't think about tomorrow. Do I need to beg you to know the right channel to follow? After Ekberima and his paymasters have already exposed themselves to you. They have already let you know who they are. What about the 150 days they asked you to count? You have counted. Did anything happen? No. What about the aircraft, the jet fighter they promised you that they have bought? Have you seen any? No. What about the warship they told you they have bought? Have they bought any? No. What about the internet, whatever they claim they have given to you, they are going to give to you? Did you see any? No. What about the South Korea president that they told you is interested in Biafra case, that is going to do this and do that? Have you seen any? My brothers and my sisters, I don't want to talk much on this particular topic, because our people always say that not the manner to what the right people to follow is IPOB. The right people to listen to is Directorate of State. If they tell us to stop, we stop. If they tell us to move, we move. Because we have direction. And C&C is our code. Command and control. When they tell us to move, we move. If you are still in doubt that these people are criminals, then I have to break these jinx to let you know that not only being criminals, they are deceivers. They have deceived you people to the extent that you are still giving them money. You are still contributing money, giving to them because they are mentioning the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We all know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name is Ahomane Romwe. A good market that sells itself. I challenge Okberima. Any day he stopped mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ESN and IPOB, he will be like a chaff in the wind, but he's still mentioning them just to keep himself in the track of deceiving and stealing from you. My brothers and my sisters, the need for you to follow IPOB principle, the need for you to listen to Directorate of State, the need for you to adhere to every instruction coming from Mazi Chikedoziem, Mazi Chinosawor, and all the members of Directorate of State is this. If only, I repeat, if only you can pinch yourself and feel the pain, you will know that you are still alive and you have to follow that right path. But if you pinch yourself, you don't feel pain, that means you are dead. You can as well live as a dead person. But me and my family, we believe in this leadership led by Mazi Chikedoziem and IPOB in general. We are moving forward. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall be released any moment from now. This is all I have to say about this. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Thank you, Sister Mutu, my brother. Judge money. Mutu yourself, brother. And you know the topic now already. Mazi, Judge money.
Yes, the topic is need for IPOB to adhere to instruction.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for the second opportunity. Biafrans, we have come to the point that we don't even need to be asking people to adhere to the authorities of IPOB, because it is now plain to see what the enemy and their Western agenda they brought upon us over this more than almost 24 months of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnap and extraordinary rendition. If you say you don't understand what is going on, it means that you are actually lying to yourself. So it is very important for our people to know that the authorities in this IPOB or their hierarchical structure, it is the only thing that is going to lead us to the same direction that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been leading us before his ordeal. So it is very important for you, as IPOB women, children, men, prominent men, that are under the influence of this Radio Biafra, where we get our gospel and our message. Just like Darlington will always say, if you don't have sense, you come to Radio Biafra and get sense. It is important for you to know for you to understand the importance of adherence towards this instruction coming out from our leadership. Because the only reason why IPOB is still standing tall, it is because they are doing everything they are doing diplomatically, and many people who are not adherents to instruction will continue to ask questions. What are they doing? What are they doing? Because they want to know. The enemy will continue to want to know what you are doing in order for them to put asunder to it. But when you leave them in the dark, they are so confused. So it is important for you as an individual who want your freedom to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we must be adherents to instruction, that we run a disciplined movement. And if you are not disciplined, you will not be part of what we are doing. Because it is indiscipline that made us lose the war in 1967 to 1970. That was why Obasanjo was able to arrest so many of our soldiers, because they lack discipline. So it is very important for us to learn from our mistakes, because they tell us because you are indisciplined. Let us actually come to the point that IPOB, we are able to resolve every problem that comes up in Biafra land. IPOB is capable of resolving any problem comes up in Biafra land. As the only thing that IPOB needs from you as an individual is to adhere to the instruction. Just like we are about to get we are about to remember our fallen heroes, right? Is the upcoming event, right? My conference.
Yeah,
30th of May, we are about to do the commemoration of our fallen heroes. So the instruction has been passed. It is very, very important for you to understand that we don't recognize our greatness. That is the reason why we have been in what we are today, but IPOB have come to make that right. We will recognize our fallen heroes. We will respect them. We will use that day, and we will lock our shops, our businesses. We will pay them that respect, because it is something that is done across the nations of the earth. They respect their heroes. Our own will not be different. So we must do it. It is the instruction given by the leadership must be adhered to. So if you want us to get Biafra for you, obey the instruction. The enemy has done everything in order to make us look as if we don't know what we are doing, because that's their primary obligation. They want to continue in that adage that it is the enemy who will continue to say that, because whenever that somebody rise up to bring you the true leadership, the true guidelines that you will follow towards your success and freedom, the enemy will bring up that ideology of Igbo by introducing a faction, which they have introduced through the agent provocateur. Now you have seen where they have gone to. After all the things they have done over these almost 24 months, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition. They bring confusion from here and there. Today they have proclaimed themselves the leader, a government, which many of you do not know them, but they have proclaimed themselves to be government. So in this regard, it is all about trying to truncate everything we are doing with international societies, for them to think that we are confused. Just like yesterday, I actually read the introductory document of the government in exile, which will, it is a proof that whatever they are doing, it is actually causing a nuisance. They are constituting nuisance towards what we are doing. They have nothing to offer you. So, if you continue to be confused or tell yourself, I'm confused, I don't know what to listen to, it means you are not ready. And you might be confused until you get to your grave. Because it is important that you know that our leader said, insubordination can never be tolerated. If you want Biafra to come, you must be obedient to the instruction of IPOB. Because IPOB is the only formidable force that is uncompromisable, that will give us what we are looking for. And we stand by it. That is the reason why someone like me join, because I foresee the future with IPOB. So you need to see the bigger picture. Thank you very much, comrades, and the great people as well.
Thank you, Mazi. Please, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Yeah, Mazi, we are going to take number 2 and number 3 topic together now. And you know, all of us know the topic. I hope you know the topic. Mazi, do I marshal it out for you again? We are going to take it 1. 2 of them in Semen. Number 2 topics. Why relocating Igbo / Biafra business in Lagos back to Igbo land is necessary. And number 3 is all Biafrans should listen to IPOB call to return home for 2023 census. Please let us, we want to manage our time. Mazi, you will take 2 of them together and you only make a closing remark. And at the same time, there is a write-up that came, I don't know, one person that wrote that thing about the person that committed a crime in Ebonyi. And for that reason, he was attacking the whole people in Ebonyi as a saboteur, which it doesn't all go well. You don't generalize, you particularize. We don't tolerate that, because that's the way the flow. We can't condemn the whole Ebonyi because of one man's crime. We are not condoning something in IPOB. Please unmute yourself and over to you.
Mazi, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, I'm going to take the 2 topics. First of all, let me say something on why relocating Igbo Biafran businesses in Lagos back to Igbo land is necessary. You know, most times we continue to say that, we try to point out the reasons why Igbos left home at the first time. Because we know that Igbos have suffered a lot and a lot of economic sabotage, because Nigerian government brought out a lot of policies that made a lot of policies that made business difficult in Igbo land, not just Igbo land, but around both Ijo land, both Efik land, and the rest. So now, because of all these things, what we don't have railway, we don't have international airport, and for you to do businesses, you need to go nearer to wherever you have international airport and all these things. That's the reason why Ndi started trooping out, because they have shut down the things we're supposed to use to move on, to at least develop our land. So unconsciously, the Igbo started trooping out. When you start a business in Onitsha and the business continues to grow, before you know it, you immediately become an importer. You travel to Lagos and use Lagos as your main branch. So all these things made us to move there. But at this stage in history, at this point in time, it is now necessary for our people to relocate their businesses. Thank God that head of Directorate of State have said it and mapped out locations that our people can use to build ultra-modern markets so that we can bring down everything we have down to Igbo land. So all these things are necessary. We are not supposed to be saying, oh, what of the seaport, this and that. Immediately we take that decision. You see ourselves making it. Because before, if you come to Anambra State, you notice that markets were in one place before. All of a sudden, they started buying land other places and they moved that. When they were moving, people never knew that that market will stand. But today, those markets are standing. They have markets in other places and it brought more development. So anybody that is thinking that if they leave Lagos, they are not going to make it, they are just wasting their time. They are just believing in something that is very, very wrong. So I'm calling on Biafrans in Lagos, whether you are Bejo, because these people, when they are going to burn markets targeting Igbo, you are also among that Igbo. When they are going to say, we are going to do this to Igbos, you are among. They are not going to ask you, you are Bejo, we are not targeting you. No. Your face looks like Igbo. Your face, even when you are speaking, they are not going to believe you. You have to look back in history. When it started in Kanu in those days, when it started in Sokoto and other places in those days, they killed everybody. Whether you are Efiong, whether you are Obi, whether you are your name does not matter to them. As far as you are from the east, you are a target. So this is the more reason why our people have to relocate. Relocate your businesses. Begin to do the meetings. Begin to thank God that we now have new governors that were elected by the people. Somehow elected by the people in some places. Now it is time for Biafrans to liaise and get it done. So that we are going to, they were thinking that Igbos will not leave Lagos. But when it starts, they will understand it. So let me stop at that and also talk about the topic. All Biafrans should listen to Ipob call to return home for 2023 election. This is also the same related to the other topic, the second topic I talked about just now. Because this 2023 election, in fact, there is this article written by one Sabu Wale Dele. He wrote an article trying to threaten the Igbos, saying that when you leave Lagos, it's going to result to your shops being looted, it's going to result to loss of life and all those things. And who said that when you leave Lagos to be counted in your hometown, that is going to lead to all those things? I took my time to counter everything he wrote. And for the fact that they have started writing, for the fact that they have unleashed their media on what IPOB said concerning 2023 census, it means that they are receiving it. Remember, the neutrality of IPOB, just like Fearless Evangelist said, the neutrality of IPOB during the 2023 election did wonders. And because of that, people are now talking about rigged election and all those things. they have noticed that any move IPOB takes is going to hurt them. They know what, if Biafrans decide to go, they know what it will happen. That's why Biafrans should not listen to anyone talking. Very soon they are going to start kind of bribing some elements in Ohanese, some elements that call themselves Ezendiwo in Zambiza Forest and all those places. They are going to start paying them to tell you lies, to tell you why you don't even need to travel. Don't listen to them. Now is the time for us to do our own things, our own ways. Return home. And if you cannot, remember the instruction is that you should return home and be counted, because we need you to be counted here. And if you cannot return home, do not allow yourself to be counted anywhere outside Biafra land. That is the instruction from IPOB leadership, and we must do that. And with this, I thank Biafrans, I thank every lovers of freedom, I thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and everybody who is genuinely supporting this struggle. And don't forget that today is also our Twitter Tuesday, when we go to Twitter and talk about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and talk about the freedom of Biafrans. Do not take Twitter Tuesday seriously, because this is the only voice we have. Somebody saying, why are we calling on Britain? Is the other time on my Twitter. No, we are not calling on Britain, because we know the game they are playing. But we need the world to know that we are doing all these things. We need the world to hear our voices and know all these things. That is the reason why we are doing that. And we will continue to do that. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, my beloved. Thank you, thank you. Biafra evangelists, please unmute your phone and take number 2 and number 3 topic together, and at the same time make a closing remark. Encourage Biafrans that today is every Tuesday is our tweet. I think it's our tradition. Every Tuesday is our tweet. Encourage our people. There we one. Go on.
There we
are the topic. There we.
Yes. Tuesday is our tweet. That's how our leader put it. Have you tweeted today? If you didn't tweet, don't call Radio Biafra. So that is how it is always on Radio Biafra every Tuesday. But let me move from the second topic. Why relocating Igbos / Biafrans businesses in Lagos back to Igbo land is necessary. Our people must understand this. Right from our late general, eternal leader Ojukwu, he told you there is no part of Nigeria that will ever accommodate you. No part. He have been in Lagos. We witnessed the military administrator of Lagos, Bubamaruwa Colonel, Bubamaruwa, or Lieutenant Colonel Bubamaruwa. We also witnessed, yes. We also witnessed the government of Abacha, which Major General Karim Adisa was a housing minister. Major General Karim Adisa demolished our shops in Lagos, in Coca, and before he demolished it, he collected money. He destroyed it in Coca. The day he will demolish it, he will send army. Army will come and give you 4 seconds, not minutes. In Apapa, in Coca, yeah. They destroyed us, our shop also. Delebakari, Olodi Apapa, opposite F, beside Trinity bus stop. They destroyed us there also, 1996. 1996. Major General, 1996 and the 1997, there was destruction. Major General Karim Adisa. They destroyed what is it called? Coconut. They destroyed so many places. This
coconut is still in Apapa, all of them.
Yes.
Them.
They destroyed it. So our people, when they destroy it, will start begging. Smarter will go back and pay them. They will say rebuild. You rebuild at the same place they demolish. Until when of development. When your business is there, You start buying around there, building it, developing it, because that's your business will bring development. When you develop it, they will now show you another place. Why they demolish it first is to wait to watch your interest. And your interest is that you want to build it back. They will allow you so that you bring more development. Immediately that place is okay. They will now show you another swamp. And that is how you have been doing it. But in Biafra land, we have level lands. We have our businesses comfortably doing here. That's why Ipob said, we will never allow criminality in our land. That's why Nnamdi Kanu said, I want our land to become peaceful because our people have never had a room, any part in Nigeria, apart from Biafra land. That is why our focus is that our land must be peaceful. If you want to fight us, go to the bush where ESN is. And our people must understand this, that we do these things because we love them. Relocate your business back to our place. If you come to Biafra land, you will see many markets. There is nobody. Only at the state, there is a big market Joe Dodge built in Ohoho side. There are big markets. There are markets in Omahia. There are markets. Nobody is there. Nobody agrees to go there. Nobody. Because you have not come back. You used to develop swamp. But this place, the people are living here. If you come back, we will look for you. That is why we always honor them. These people have been a pride to us. Their headquarter of your business must be in Nnewi. Everything, other places are branch. That is what we need. You don't say that you come to you bring your property home. Why Igbo people say Akurulo? But your properties are hanging. It has never reached home. You built house in the village, you are not living in it. Rats and cockroaches are living in your house. But you are there developing swamp, doing your business. And do you know the funny thing in this Lagos? Our people in Lagos are the savior of Yoruba businessmen and women. You know, they don't pay for shop. How many Yorubas can pay for a shop rent in Lagos? They don't pay. You know, as foolish as they are, they will hate Igbo. But they will sit back in their goods in the shop of Emeka. Hey, brother Emeka, brother Chukwuemeka, are you closing? Let me pack my bag. Let me pack my shoe. Every day. They don't pay. We are their helper. They still hate us. We are the people that even give them goods for credit. Not those Yoruba. Some of them that start business, is our people that will give them money. Dash. So when we tell you to bring your goods home, you know that all those markets in Lagos will be empty because they cannot do business. These are lazy people. People that cannot rush to the toilet and free themselves. They will wear a bariga and sit inside the shop. When you come to buy market, you don't know the person is already in toilet. Inside the shop, in a bath or in a pool. So these people are lazy. People that cannot move from their shop and go to toilet. They'll be in the shop and be easing themselves. That is how to know how lazy they are. Their shops will be useless. Their houses will be useless. And our leader can say, whatever Fulani man hates, that thing is good. Do you see this call by our people? It is a very good call. That's why they are writing against it. Those people writing against you, returning, bringing your business back home, do they write against Fulani? The answer is no. These are people that already choose where they will take when they pursue you. Now, are they taking it? Do they have a goods? Do they have goods to put in that shop? In the houses you are living, how many Yoruba can you live it and pay? Do you have money for house rent? Do you have anything? Are you not the people we saw suffering in the banks during scarcity of money? Don't you see how Biafrans survive it? Do you think we are the same with you? That is why we tell our people, when you remember 20 pounds, then if we tell you to come back home, you know. We want you to build your home by yourself. We want you to secure your business. We want you to secure what you have earned from 20 pounds. It pains us when we saw your achievement from 20 pounds out of the hatred of Awolowo. And the children of Awolowo will come and destroy it. And again you will build it.
it? Why are you rebuilding it? Why are you continuing staying there? Don't you know that their father hates you? Ojukwu released Awolowo from prison. Awolowo betrayed Ojukwu. Awolowo even came to the meeting, African Union, and said that the genocide was a internal issue. Awolowo was the man who, and they are among the people that declare our property is abandoned property. Then how do you think their children will welcome you? How? People that, do you know that Lagos was as a payback to the Yoruba for joining the Nigeria to betray us? It was a policy they made so that our land will be blind, so that our land will not be developed. They denied us, they shut down our seaports so that Lagos will develop. They denied us everything. No international airport, nothing. That is why we don't have presence of, we don't have any embassy, foreign embassy in our land. Because there is nothing here. There is no access to it. And that is why we ask you to come back here. Because the way your property will be saved here is not the way you think it is in Lagos. They will come and kill you, their government will not say anything. They are murderers. Those who are in Lagos, they are murderers. They came with the gun, they killed us. Today they are telling you to stay. Stay and do what? And the same hand, I go to the census. Why you must listen to what Ipob tell you? That you come back home and be counted. Come back home and be counted. Because before you see them coming against this census, we ask you to, we gave you instruction on how to do it. You know that they have a plan. They denied you from voting. But they want to be counted you in. They want you to be counted in. Then how do you see it? Are you seeing yourself as a human being? Don't you know that you allow yourself to be counted in Lagos, you are a fool? To be counted in the north, you are a fool. How many northerners are in Kanu? If you want to check how many Yorubas that are in Lagos that they used to count, check how that place used to be when we travel home for Xmas. Then you know what you mean in their land. Check how the Kanu used to be when we travel home in Xmas. Check how Kaduna used to be.
Let's eventually, not only Christmas. They have they forgotten also Abiola?
Okay.
You got nothing about also Abiola.
1993 now, 1993.
Yeah.
When Yoruba and the Northern are contested, Yoruba and Northern contested, and we was the victim. You know, Yoruba was Abiola was a Yoruba man, too far from the north. But we were the victim. Our people should know we are always the victim. We didn't contest. But before you know it, they turned it against us. In 1966, Nzongu led a queue. Led the Yoruba people, mostly the Yoruba people, he led them in a queue to install the Yoruba man as Nigerian president. After all, they turned it to Igbo queue. And did you know that Nzongu is from Anioma? And when you come and tell them that Anioma is Biafra, they say no. Anioma is a Sasa. But when they want to target Igbo Q 1966, they will tell you Nzongu is an Igbo man. So we want our people to understand what they are doing. They never loved you. They know that when they shut down your place, you will come there and develop there. And that is why we are telling you, come back here so that you be counted in this place. You know our land is filled with human beings. That is why they envy us. After the genocide, they see human beings. And now, what they knew is to create local governments in Lagos. They knew that you Biafrans will occupy the local governments, empty lands. You will occupy the swamp because you develop swamps. And thereby, they will create local governments. And when they count census, they will count you in. And when they will need allocation, they will submit it to federal government, the number of people in Lagos. And when they receive the allocation, they will use it in themselves. Why you are using your money to develop the Lagos? They never use their money to do what will benefit you. No. Rather, after counting you in as citizens of Lagos, then you will not use your money to build markets. Do you see how they are cheating you? You use your money to build a house, but they collected the money, allocation that they're supposed to use to develop Lagos and even build a house for you, build shops for you. And why do they destroy your properties? Because they knew that you are not needed there. You are only needed during when they want to count census. In the north, they need you in Kanu because they need you to be counted in empty lands. So our people should know. Thank you. And
our people should continue to tweet IPOB press release. It is very important, you know, the press release is official and the world is aware about it. And do not be fast in some informations to just take it. No, you don't just accept informations. And you know that there are things you will hear. You don't just circulate it because you have leadership. There are things that some people may bring out not in a normal time. And if you help them to circulate it, you will know you will go wrong. So there are things we will hear, we will seize it. Knowing, waiting and watching or investigating. So that is what we want you to do. Go and tweet and retweet our tweets. Very, very important. I remain the fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi Chukwuemeka. Thank you, Muchineke, for listening to us today. And thank you, our anchor, for allowing us today in this very hallowed platform. Thank you. From me, thank you.
Judge Money, please, can you come up so that later, as the hot will make his final conclusion? We go. Judge Money, mute yourself, please. You take the number 2 and number topic together, okay?
All right.
There we are.
The number 2 and number 3 topic. It's hold on for me. Let me.
Yeah. Why relocating Igbo / Biafra business in Lagos to be Igbo Biafra land is necessary? And number 3 is all Biafra should listen to IPOB call to return home for 2023 census. There one right. Just 5 minutes around it. There one.
All right. Great Biafrans, thank you for this opportunity again. The call for return home for census. It is a call that is very, very important because as you know, we Biafrans, we have encountered so many tragic historic tragic events in Nigeria, and most of the time we don't know the cause of it. We have encountered marginalization, we have encountered, you know, disenfranchised, we have encountered so many things that is bad against Biafrans, and we don't know exactly the politics that they have been playing. But now, we learned IPOB, we have risen up actually to remind you and to educate our people on the type of politics that they are playing in Nigeria that kept them down for over the years. Number 1 thing is that they build international airport in the west. They build international airport in the north. So that everything that you are making, you will go and be investing it in order to say that you are closer to the airport, you are closer to the seaport, and then you will invest all your money. They are only to come to a point where they will tell you to go back home and start intimidating you for the sake of what you have invested in that area, because they know that one Nigeria will expire one day, and they have found out that the one Nigeria has expired. It's just that so many of these illiterate politicians who bought their certificate in order to come and contest, they don't even have O-level certificate. They are in the political space, presiding over a state, which make them available to become a Fulani stooge, because they cannot even understand what is written onto them, or the politics that they have impact upon. So it is very, very necessary for our people to understand that it is the game that Nigeria has been playing with our number is over now. And the only way we can send that message to them, because they continue to intimidate us that they have the number, especially the Fulanis in the north. At some point they say that they have the number, they have 75% of the number, that the rest of us is the rest, which is going to be obviously 15% is belonging to the west and the east, which doesn't make sense. So for us to find out, it is necessary for our people to go back home during this census period. When the census is going to be counted, you go back home, you will be counted at your father's house. You will be counted where you were born. Or even if you are not born in Biafra land, go back to your ancestral origin. Get counted there so that you will know exactly the number. Because that is exactly the reason why they will manipulate votes. They will tell you that even if the whole West and the East vote for you, it will never work. So at the end of the day, the only way we are going to actually uncover all these politics that they have been playing, it is to go back home and get counted accordingly. It is very, very important. Just like one of our comrades said here, if you are unable to go home due to one circumstance or the other, do not allow yourself to be counted where you are, because they are taking allocation on your behalf and you are not benefiting from them. How long are you going to watch these people take allocation on your behalf and you are not benefiting from them? You are on the move of survival of the fittest. That's what our people has been doing in Nigeria, survival of the fittest. It is time for our people to come together now to know that it is togetherness that we will win this politics and this game they claim it is a game of number, and this disenfranchised that they are doing against us. It is time for our people to massively return home, to make sure they are counted from where they come from. So that, of course, you will still start seeing the backlash of this. When that census is nearing, you will start seeing the backlash. Just like I believe it's Mazi who talked about people saying they will burn your shop when you go home. It doesn't matter. And that actually leads you to know that it is now high time for you to trace back your home. Bring your investment back home. If you continue to be a Lagosian, if a Lagos will happen, it will happen to you. There is nobody who will rise up in Biafra land to intimidate you, because it's where you come from. That is the reason why when you, I say that there is a saying that says that so all these things that we supposed to understand in our adage. It is time for our people to go back home. You can, from one governor, they can start up a project of building a seaport. People will invest. They have their own shareholding in that seaport. There are many ways to kill a rat. We have businessmen who will benefit from this seaport. You can come together, bring crowdfunding, build a seaport that the government will refuse to build because they will say it is a low budget. That is the reason why they cannot build seaport. We can do it ourselves. So we can make our place to be better than Lagos. We did Lagos. We made Lagos to be like that. Why can't we do it for our people in our land? Of course, the census, the stepping, the first step to this what we are going to achieve right now. It is going back home to be counted in your homeland, so that all the allocation that we're supposed to have will be coming to our land, because it is from the oil sale that is coming from your land that such allocation is coming from. Because Nigeria is the oil dependent. So that allocation is coming from the oil in your land. You are being counted in the north, and it is beneficial to the northern people. You are being counted in the west. It is beneficial to the Yoruba people. Yet they will tell you that you said Lagos is no man's land. Upon that, they will start burning your shop, ill-treating you, telling you you are not from here. This is an evidence to show you these people are aware that Nigeria is not meant to be together. The dangerous amalgamation which brings the dangerous diversity that you are facing today, it is important that you start using your brain and using your tongue to count your teeth. Coming back to our land, those people who are disembossing the land and making available where our people will build shops and businesses, it is very important that you know that it's not time for you to establish a business, because you people will say that opportunity. You always use something as opportunity. It is time for you to find a way to accommodate our people who are relocating to build shops and businesses in Biafra land. They must be protected. And that is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for calmness in Biafra land, because he foresaw what is to come. And it is coming, because it is only those who follow the algorithm will understand that this is part of the reason why Biafra must be calm. So the security of those people who are relocating, it is very, very important. And those who are disembossing the space and the piece of land and where they are building, you must not do nepotism or favoritism. it is time for our people to work together to achieve what we have to achieve. Those small businesses and micro businesses who are going to relocate, the governors and the Igwes will make lands available for them. Even if they have to start paying on installment to make sure that their means of livelihood is not destroyed. We need to secure our people. It is that time that we need to return back home. We need to make sure that our things are safe. Because it is this individualism that has been destroying us. Now going back to Nemo, I had an intel, I had a complaint, and I've seen this in a public domain that Igwe of Nemo, I don't know if they call him Owele Nemo. I don't know if anybody that is from Nemo is listening. That he is selling the land that is in Awa, and he is using it to enrich himself and his extended families. We don't tolerate that. It is high time we cannot tolerate that. Because I know the land in Nowa or wherever they call it, it doesn't belong to you alone. The fact that you are Igwe, there is supposed to be a due diligence. You cannot be self-centered in selling the land that belongs to the whole village. And you are enriching yourself, building uncompleted buildings. Buildings all over the place.
Mazi got the money. We have that to report. It's not today the thing started. It's almost, the man have been doing that. You understand? And the land he is selling, he's not selling it to Biafrans. He's selling it to Fulanis. Okay? And the one thing they play there, they are intermediary persons. Biafra could stand buying it for Fulani. This is the worst aspect of it. This is what they be in that place. Even in Delta, some areas we have the list and we have their names. Some part of Enugu, too many of them. Some other places we don't want to mention. Actions speak that louder than voice. You understand? But to go on, my brother, we have the intel, we have everything about us.
And it is that this man in question is a Muslim affiliated.
That's what I told you. We know everything. But go on.
All right, so in this regard, we are assuring the people in Nemo who are crying for the sake of this, what's your Owele or Igwe or whoever that is doing such. IPOB will handle that matter, and everything, if investigation is conducted, he will vomit everything he has taken from our people, because it's no longer the time that we will allow these big stomach politicians and the so-called traditional rulers to be exploiting our people. They will not get away with it, because it is no longer the time our people will be crying from where they are. These are the same people who claim one Nigeria. Our people are crying in Lagos. You are selling out the land to other people, to Fulanis, enriching yourself. This is no longer the time. IPOB will make sure we intervene. So those of you who are calling me on the phone, I have received a lot of calls, and I have seen that one of our comrades, Ikenga, has talked about this issue. I was surprised to receive that call today as well. So,
that money, if the leadership followed by what chicken, I don't know if you listen to Mazi Chicken doesn't broadcast a few days ago. If we could retrieve law and do you think there is any land we cannot retrieve? Remember, we are a nation. Biafra is a nation. We'll talk, I want you to know that Biafra is a nation. It doesn't matter whether they say we'll retrieve all of them back.
Thank you for that reassurance. That's all I'm looking for, and I know that those people are listening as well. So it is the time for our people to know that all these big stomach politicians, they cannot, their agenda will no longer thrive in Biafra land. You, when you are return home because it is your home. You have equal right as any other person, including politicians, traditional rulers. You have a right. You have to return home. Let's make our home a home. Those of our people, don't forget that today is a Twitter Tuesday. It is the day that we let our voices to be heard. Send a direct message to these international bodies. Tag them and do hashtag in order for your messages to go directly to those you are sending it to. The international communities, international organization, African countries, their MFAs, you tag every African country's MFA, including the Egypt who fight us. We must tag them to remind them what they did to us. All these things, it is today that we need to Twitter Tuesday. It is a mandated day that our leader gave us to make sure that we send our messages to the world. You shouldn't forget. And every instruction given by IPOB, don't forget to validate it. It's very, very important. IPOB is always on your side. IPOB is always making sure that you live and you sleep with both eyes closed. And that is the reason why you can be able to go to your farmland today without any problem. Our land is safe for investment. You can have a collective investment that everyone will come and invest in Biafra land. That is whom we are known for. This individualism has to stop. And that is the reason why the enemy will always come in between us. But if we do it collectively, we shall win and emerge victorious in that zoological republic called Nigeria. And that is where we are headed. No going back. Any hurdles we find on the way, we will remove it. Regardless of whether it is your parent or your brother or your siblings. We remove you. We don't care. Because we want a future that we will build for our upcoming generation, that they will not live to be running helter-skelter from our holy land, where we have everything double portion. We are running away for the enemy to be inheriting it. No, the time is over. Let's return home and fix our place. Thank you very much, all my comrades in this program. Thank you very much, Mazi, for this opportunity. Thank you very much, great fans all over the world, for listening. I still remain your humble servant, Judge Money. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, my beloved comrade, Judge Money. Stay on mute, my brother. Before I bring Deacon Naya, Prince Darlington, as in the heart. I hope that Biafran listen to all of us and IPOB media warriors all over the world, because we are legions. I hope you're recording this to share it in your different platforms. Mazi, could you open your phone right now? And before then, I know you must see one article that is making wave about this guy called Vampire and tagging the whole Ebonians. What not to be tagged, all of them. You can unmute your phone right now, please. And comment or take the one number 2 and number 3 topic, and at the same time, your closing remark. Advise Biafran to continue to tweet and tweet from IPOB official website at the same time. And all eyes must be focused on IPOB leadership. Let them follow the instructions. And there we
The reason why I love your name is because in every organization it is called division of labor. There are those that are standing by the gate as the gatekeeper. There are those that are inside the city fishing out the enemies from within. There are those that are taking the message of Chukwuemeka to the doorstep of the enemies, while there are those that are fighting tooth and nail, bringing up their money, their hard-earned money, in support of this great movement that is going to give us a great nation that our children are going to be proud of. Thank you very much for bringing us today to talk about these important issues. However, my brothers and my sisters that are listening and on this platform, don't forget that Radio Biafra is a citadel of knowledge. If you are not listening to Radio Biafra, I'm sorry. The reason why I said I'm sorry because you are missing a lot. The reason why I like the Northerners is because just only one reason. They are all keen to their radio stations. Every time you see an aboki that is selling sugar cane, selling suya, selling granite, selling whatever, they are always listening to their radio. Because Nnamdi was the key to their radio station, they listen. Because 247, their broadcasters are telling them what to do and what not to do. They update them. They keep them updated. And they make sure that everything that they are listening to on that particular platform, they they take care of it immediately. So if you are not listening to Radio Biafra because you are thinking that Radio Biafra FM is not in your community, believe you me, with your data of 500 naira or 300 naira, you can listen to every program on Radio Biafra as in the house. Before I go on, I want to remind the world that I am not Igbo. I am Igbo, IGBO, not IBO. Because some people used to call us Igbo people. Please, it is high time we begin to correct that impression that we are not Igbo. But Igbos, IGBO, not IBO. Because there's nothing like IBO. IBO in Igbo in our language. However, I want to talk about this topic which says why our people should relocate to Biafra land. They should listen to IPOB and they return to Biafra land during this census. As you may know, that my stance on this particular topic is quite different. But before then, I want to treat a topic which says that Abakaliki Ebonyi people are, destroying Biafra land or something of that nature. Something of that nature does not exist. Ebonyi state is Biafra land. Ebonyi people are great people. As a matter of fact, Ebonyi is the salt of the nation of Biafra. As a matter of fact, Ebonyi is the richest state in this contraption as constituted by the British. Ebonyi state is a beautiful land. Ebonyi state is a state that has every mineral resources you can ever think of. And the Ebonyi people are great people. I love them so much. I would not like to see anybody tagging Ebonyans, the people from Ebonyi, with bad names. There is this video that is trending. Somebody sent it to me. And the person that put up that write-up, I believe you are going to listen to this Radio Biafra today broadcast. And if you are listening, I want you to refrain from that way of writing. You don't write to say that Ebonyi people, Abakaliki people are destroying Igbo land. I cannot tell it. I cannot take it. Neither will you say that they are terrorizing Igbo land. I cannot take it. Why I am saying it this way is because you cannot use one singular individual, one fault or one criminality of a singular individual to tag it to the whole nation, to the whole people of Ebonyi. Ebonyi Ndoman Jemonu. I cannot take it. So my brother, next time when you want to put up an article, it doesn't matter whoever is concerned or whatever the person must have done. Because there's a guy they called Vampire on that video which was shot. Only Chukwuemeka in heaven knows what he did. And he was shot. And they were speaking Ebonyi state language. You cannot come here to tell us that Ebonyi people are doing this and doing that. We cannot
let me come in there. Let me come in here. Deacon, do you know that before ESN was formed, prior to that, 3, 4, 5 years, Ebonyi have been fighting Fulani. Ebonyans have been fighting Fulani. And the Ebonyans are more fanatical, trusted, yes, reliable.
Yes.
Forget now that most of them are deviating. You understand? Being deceived. Ebonyi fought Fulani for 5 years, 4 years before ESN was formed. Because the Deflo Mahi continue to attack them. Nobody, no state outside or Imo state can see what Ebonyans are seen in the whole of Ebonyi state. They stood the devil Almighty with everything he was doing. So if somebody is coming to take a mass, of course they say a mass guy cannot go to another. You cannot generalize. If one person has committed a crime, it does not mean or show that the whole Ebonyans are bad. These people are fanatical. These people are men of valor, radicals, who stood, who defended the Ebonyi up to today. We still love them. But what we have to encourage them, those of them that are going wrong way, let them desist from it. So that the one rotten egg do not spoil the others. There we go on, my brother.
Thank you very, very much, Mazi Karoreko. All you the work, your face show, your shoe shine. The reason why I started in that way is because, you see, the enemies always capitalize on our weaknesses and our wrong utterances to write that against us. So if you come across this particular video and see the write-up and you are from Ebonyi and you are indeed working assiduously to make sure that Biafra is restored, you will be angry. You will be thinking, why are they saying all Ebonyi? You can't say that. You cannot use one person that have done something wrong to judge the whole people. It's wrong. So that is where I want to beg this, that Ebonyi people are great people, just as you have stated, as you have said already. So going forward to the topic that we are supposed to look into today, the third and the fourth topic is almost the same, which says all Biafrans should listen to IPOB call to return home from the 2023 census.
Yeah, that's why I put them together. That's why I put them together so we can save time.
Yes, this 2023 census is something we've talked about from way. But when you look at this census itself, you understand that some people do not understand the true meaning of census. They don't know what census is and what it brings to the states they are counted in. We have said it always that if you cannot travel to your community to be counted in Biafra land, don't allow anybody to count you. Reason, you will not always be needed when it is time to get more money to develop a state where you are living in, which is not in Biafra land. But when it is time for you to benefit from the state where you are living in, they will remind you of your state of origin. State of origin has been the biggest violence and the problem of Nigeria state. In America, wherever you find yourself in America, you are an American. In Germany, apart from the time they had Western Germany and Eastern Germany, Germany is Germany today. Wherever you found yourself in Germany, you are a German. I believe the same thing take place in Spain. The same equal right and justice. But here, you are treated according to where you come from. You are treated according to the clan and the names you bear. So you cannot continue to be treated in this way at the same time being used to gain more assets, to gain more money to develop those states where you are residing. Asking you to come back to Biafra land and invest is like me asking my children to come back to their fatherland and to be honored as the children of my own clan or my own generation. You know what to do. But Mazi, I must tell you the truth. Our people are coming back home. If you go to Oka today, you will not find a land to buy anymore. If you go to Oka today, you will not find. Let us also be giving them credit because they are trying. Mazi, what did you say?
I said all the whole credit goes to the leadership and Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu.
Of course.
It's a good development.
Of course. We started shouting about the second Niger bridge. Today it is built, even though it's not built on the standard which we want. When Biafra come, we are going to uproot that rubbish and build a standard bridge where a bigger ship can pass under it and come to deliver some goods in Oso. We know all this. So what I'm trying to say is this credit go to IPOB, because if you go to Oka today, one of my friend went to buy land in Oka. They are telling him 48 million, 90 million, 70 million. That is if you can see somebody that bought and wanted to resell. Go to Owerri. You can't see land in Owerri municipal. You can only see outside Owerri sketch, because our people are listening to the Krelon call of IPOB to come back home. They are indeed listening to Radio Biafra and they are doing the info. Without we even calling them, the treatment of the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Fulanis to them is a testimony that they should leave. They know here it doesn't belong to them. Look at Idumata. When I was serving my master, Idumata was known with motor pass dealers. But today they have chased them out of Idumata. They went to Aspanda. Today Lagos state government is talking about taking Aspanda from Igbos. Do you know? They are talking about taking Aspanda that was built with the hard-earned money of our people. So sometimes I don't find it funny when you want to talk about telling them to come back home. Nah, if you don't want to talk about home, stay there. When they break your shop and get them bombed, no person will tell you say your fatherland is more secure for you. That is why I love our people from Newi. I used to give it to them. If you talk of Obuawa, if you talk of Ibeto, if you talk of Innocent, a lot of them have established their multi-billion companies in Newi.
Coach Chris, all of them. Innocent, Coach Chris, all of them. They are doing wonderful.
Yes. Yes. So because of this, if I want to say bring your property home, it is very wealthy in my mouth. I don't know how to say it because there are things that you don't need to tell somebody, especially a child that has common sense. You don't tell him to get out of the sun. I will tell you you want that?
These
So
people,
right now,
these people are the epitome of Akurudi. That's why I love them too much. Exactly, they are doing wonderfully well, and thank God we are doing wonderfully well. There we go on.
Mazi, let me tell our listeners this truth. Despite the fact that Salus Ojukwu established so many businesses in the West, despite the fact that he establishes so many businesses in the West, he also recognized that the Newi should be the hub of business. That is why they call Newi the Japan of Africa today. There's no fabrication you cannot get in the Newi. Newi mold block engine of cars, of motorcycle, of whatsoever engine you can think of. Just imagine if Biafra is restored today, what Newi is going to be. We don't joke with our own initiatives. We bring ideas and we put them into practice and people begin to see them. So my brothers, if you are still living in Lagos, in Abuja, in Kanu, Sokoto, Kaduna, Katsina, whatever, and you are establishing businesses there without bringing them back home, your name is Ndo. Let me speak it in a company. N'obodo oyibo maọbụ n'ugwu Awụsa maọbụ na Yoruba ka unu na-ebido na-eme gịnị na-ebuchigata company unu nwere na Biafra maka na kuru unu ọbụla eziokwu ọ bụrụ na ibuchigata ya na be gị mgbe ndị iro ga-abịa ha ga-epewa gị azụ ha ga-amara ka company gị ha ga-edestroy ife niile nwere. Look at Ibeto. Ibeto's license was collected by Obasanjo. Obasanjo is happened to be the former president of Nigeria. The license of Ibeto Cement was retrieved by Obasanjo government. In case you don't know, I must tell you the truth. It was Obasanjo that collected it. It's not Buhari. And because of that, they now give the monopoly of cement business and the sugar business to Dangote, the Hausa man. Because they all have, it's a conglomerate business anyway, they all have shares in Dangote. But look at Ibeto today. Not everybody that knows about Ibeto. Not everybody that knows about it. You better have rice. You better have cement. You better have so many products that he's producing. But they retrieved his license because he is an Igbo man and he established his business in the East. So, I cannot be telling our people to come back home with their business. Let them stay there. Let them build trillions of businesses in Lagos and Abuja and Kanu and Kaduna. Let them not let a leave from those from New who have common sense. Look at what is his name again? Maluka. Costaris.
Mazi. Yeah, what you're saying is right. And we are not trying to scare anybody. And whatever you have said here, like quotation, Egolan, Edalam, or whatever, we are not there. What we are encouraging them is to come back home. Imana Eboji, Ojezu, Namfaka, Biafra will accommodate everybody. So, you, all of you outside the Biafra land, nobody is discouraging you. Whatever my brother has said here, he quote how much they're selling or what is not important. One thing is to decide to come home and you must get a land. You must get a place to hang in. Okay?
Mazi.
Because I know some people will be talking now, a land like that, land the carrier. No, it's not important. Go on, my brother.
Mazi, I want to say something before I drop, please.
Yeah, go on.
When last did you hear that Igbo land is too small to accommodate us? Have you been hearing it again?
Never. No, God, I kept one of that.
You know that
all land locked. Igbo land is landlocked. Man, Igbo land is landlocked. And we have go to Africa, we go to that's stupid. We have that narrative. We have tagged. Go on, my brother.
Do you know why you're not hearing that again? Because of Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, and Ipob in Radio Biafra. We destroyed those notions, those lies that they have.
Of course, we are
to our people that Igbo land is poor, that you cannot accommodate people. Do you know that Enugu State alone have a land that can accommodate all Igbos put together? Enugu State alone.
They are talking Enugu. What of Omagwa? What of Ocha? What of Eboma in Imo State? Man, these are just a fallacy. They are just they say because we don't have media. This is why we are here, educating our people, and thank God people are understanding it now.
We have every arsenal to make sure that our land accommodates everybody. Do you remember what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said on one of the brokers? He said that when they come, that all this Ngukobosi, all this Onitsha, all this Ipob, these places you have 3-story building, 4-story building, 5-story building, is going to be destroyed and reconstructed as condos. You have 200-story building, 250-story building. He said that a community, a whole town, one building can accommodate the whole town. That is what Mazi said, and it's going to happen. Mazi, let me just drop this secret which I saw in the palace of Israel Kanu to the world. Let Biafra listen to this and know what we're planning and what we're working for.
I
know the kind of secret. I know the kind of secret I talk about. I know. You should trust me now. I know be picking for this game now.
Yeah, that's it.
I saw an architectural structure of Biafra transport system. I saw men that came from the United States of America to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with this pamphlet that shows how somebody can be living in Iguacha and working in Enugu. Speed train connected all over Biafra land, all the way from Iguacha down to Aba, down to Umuahia, down to Enugu, connected to Ipob, to Cross River, to Benue, to Kogi, back to Edo, down to Delta, from Delta down to Bayelsa, from Bayelsa to Rivers, from Rivers to back to Iguacha again. I saw this map, I marveled. Biafrans were mad, but you guys do not understand what we are doing. All this shouting, all this broadcasting, all this enlightenment is for the people of Biafra. I saw it. I noticed that a train can actually move around within 1 hour 25 minutes. Speed train. 1 hour from Iguacha, you will go round and come back to Iguacha again under 1 hour 25 minutes. I was marveled. I said, how was this calculation made? And these are men, great men that have studied a lot, that has something to do with the new nation that we have, that we are praying to have. These men are great men. They visited Mazi with this pamphlet, with this. I don't want to say much, but believe you me, when Biafra come, our sea transportation is going to be the best in Africa. Our railway transportation is going to be the best in Africa. Not this Kwaka Kangongo train. This 1904 train that Nigeria's government are still using now. We're going to speed train that we go to transport and take our people to every location. And every state in Biafra land or every region of Biafra land, we have international airport. If you are living in Iguacha, you want to go to London, you go from Iguacha, you are coming back, you land in Iguacha. Unless you have something to do in Enugu, you go to Enugu. The same thing in airport. The same thing with the Anambra. The same thing with Imo. These are the master plan that I saw, and I shot to my bone marrow. It's Biafra engineers that draw it and presented it to Mazi. I say, oh my goodness me. So this is the Biafra that whenever I think about, the kind of nation we are all fighting for, I said, Chukwuemeka have blessed us so much. What we need is to restore this nation, that our entrepreneurs, our engineers will come back, because Mazi told us that we are going to build Biafra for over 100 years. And we don't need any foreign companies to build Biafra. It is Biafra that are going to build Biafra. So when you look at it, you know that telling people come back home, is like you are kind of we are encouraging them anyways, but to me I find it difficult, because you don't tell a child that has brain to go out of the sun. However, what I want to say here is this: my brothers and my sisters, those that has properties in abroad, they are listening to us, all of them. In case you don't know, all these big mughals, they are listening to us. Forget about oil. We have not been benefiting from Nigeria oil. We from Biafra oil that Nigeria are enjoying. We've not been benefiting from them, but we are still living fine. Let us all come back home and build a nation that the world will be proud of. Because when Biafra come, it is first come, first serve. Now you will first come, establish your company, we go first know. That is the fact. Thank you very much. And I want to encourage my people, my brothers and my sisters, those that have not tweeted today, to go back and tweet, because it is Tweet Tuesday. Mazi, believe you me, if you see this architectural transportation and Biafra structure, you will marvel. You will not even sleep. You will be living in imagination that Biafra should come tomorrow, next tomorrow, so that our children and our children's children will see the kingdom of God on this planet. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I stand there. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Mazi, what you said is right, because when developed world, we see it, we know all those things. And let me ask you one simple question. Have you seen crude oil before? Since you've been in Biafra land, have you ever seen crude oil before?
To say the truth, I have seen crude oil when I had office in Port Harcourt, but I did not go to the site where crude oil is being brought from. But I have seen it. I will not lie to you.
And have you benefited anything from the so-called oil?
Never.
Because people say,
Never.
Okay. Thank you. That's where I want to get to. Biafrans all over the world, you have listened. Deacon and IPOB medias, if any of you recorded, or it's like I saw you recorded, maybe put it in our platform to share it widely. IPOBians all over the world, we appreciate all of you. We thank all of you for listening, and let me use this opportunity to tell our people that are complaining about radios, especially in Enugu axis. Your radio is under service. It will return as soon as possible. Enugu axis and Abakaliki, something needs to be done there, and some other places. Ambis, Obo, all those areas. All of you hear Radio Biafra, and for those of you in Nachina, your radio is on. How do you call that area? Something not. Anambra. Your radio is on. If you are not getting your radio, please, there is a radio, this is what is the name of those, any radio transistor that you can tune up to 100 plus. You will get it, and you raise your phone up. Your radio is up. They are up to Oji River and those areas. Your radio is transmitting, please, 102.1. It's only Oka that we have 103.1. Biafrans all over the world, we appreciate all of you. We will continue to do our best, and you continue to listen and adhere strictly to IPOB Code of Conduct. Remain focused, listen to DOS, tweet, and continue to tweet. Mazi Alozie, we thank you for giving us this opportunity today once again. We'll meet again the same time, same station, same time. Then when we appreciate all of you, I remain okay for right. Mazi Alozie, Oglogo na hisi ke you will see Biafra nyaro yori ndewe.
Thanks to all of you for the topic well handled, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Comrades, and that one we'll meet again sometime this week. And that one.
Thank you. Bye.
That is the end of the program. And if you have something to say, say it. We have close to 15 minutes to deal with. +1 484767085. One more time, let me remind you, I will not be on the air tomorrow. There's nothing wrong, so don't don't get frightened that the Mazi Alozie know I have something important to do tomorrow. Broadcast is very, 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 very important. But just tomorrow, I have something to do. Even when I come back, it will be late. So, so I just use up tomorrow. Okay. God bless. The call number is +14847670848. Live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA. This is your mouthpiece. This is your eye, your nose, and your ears. We tell you the way it is. And that goes back to what I was saying in my opening statement. Igbo. Easterners. Let's look at something together. See it as the same issue and deal with it unanimously, together. This is why we are being oppressed. All those that are oppressing us, do it together. Let me ask you a question. Why